a lot of heroes on their tracks to get to the backline.
Is this the violent Grok once more? Is this the Grok with high and dry and a bloodlust axe and a blade of despair?
I believe so. This might just be it. Or, you just want to set up those walls somewhere in between. They want to fight on those choke points. Yeah, let me cut your team into two and I'll deal with one thing at a time.
I think it's going to be a 1-2-2 composition, to be fair here. I do think that the Grok is going to be roaming in between mid and the gold lane just to kind of clear it up to allow space for Yi Shin as well as the Lunox, both of which don't exactly do wave clear that great until the later stages of the game, especially for Yi Shin. But overall, I think this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a real tough one for either side.
Yeah, just looking at how this is going here, BURMESE GHOULS trying to actually equalize the score to 2-2, but Bren Esports, I really do love the draft, and Great Shows honestly never go out of style. From M1 all the way up to its M2, you still see it in the grand finals. Moving in towards the land of Sun here, back towards the caster's desk, and we will be moving in for game number 5.
And a lot of things ride on Few and Lusty's back. They have to set them kills for Carl and just let Carl do the work when he gets the items.
Let's look at the lane priority here because, again, the lane assignment, as we see Grok up into the top line going up against that far side, and we can see Lusty already trying to disrupt that purple buff as much as it can, but again, Retribution still too powerful of a spell.
And he did try. If he would have picked that up, that would hurt BURMESE GHOULS a lot, but it was still a flicker spent for Bren Esports.
Yep, and that's something BURMESE GHOULS will definitely remember. They'll say, okay, we know that at least for 2 minutes from now, Lusty doesn't have a flicker, so yeah, when this first turtle comes up online, then that's one less catch. You're looking nervous there, Leo. What's going on, man? I'm just wondering what this Grok is going to be like. Again, seeing that it's on Ruby DD, it's the high and dry, it's the one that deals a lot of damage, it's the one that wins duels, and I love how high risk lineups like this are able to just swing the metagame, and this is what BURMESE GHOULS needed. This is the kind of lineup that just makes Bren Esports think like, okay, I haven't seen this much in scrims, it hasn't performed much in the professional scenes, and this is the kind of specific answer you need to be able to get the series win. And OD using the battle mirror image against Flapteasy down in the side lane here, the EXP lane, and grabbing him. Hold up, interesting use. Interesting decision to put the Claude in the XP lane. Yep, they want the Claude to get the level 4 first. I think that's also kind of interesting as well, considering what the matchup is going to be like here. But notice the way that they're rotating, putting a little less priority over the mid lane once you have Lunox starting to get, Lunox does hit that level 4. So, again, it's going to be a different set of lanes here for the BURMESE GHOULS to kind of adapt and try to be efficient with their power level spikes.
Bren Esports, they have been beaten by BURMESE GHOULS with this Lancelot pick. Flapteasy trying to go for maybe. Does maybe have the flicker? Yes, he does.
Poisson's here by Flapteasy, not going to be putting a beat on anyone. Nice flicker in. That's going to be 2 knocked up. Flapteasy pulls the double. That's first blood. Make it a triple. They trade out Flapteasy and Few, but is it going to be worth it? Because Flapteasy's still alive. Phantom Execution keeps him alive. And there's a triple for the Prodigy. The turtle still stands. It's only D here up in his own lane. Man, I think BURMESE GHOULS made the right call in saying, okay, you farm up, man, because this is the hot zone down here. Yeah, that was huge for the side of Bren Esports, and D's going to be using his Blazing Duet to clear the waves really fast and maximize EXP. But you gotta give it to Kaltisi and as well as Lusty. That 3-man G Kundo literally enabled Kaltisi to get so far ahead.
And Lusty,
that's going to be a trade-off. Hold up. Lusty pulling a Leo Murphy himself. That's going to be maybe blasted down. Another for Kaltisi. Thank you so much, Few, for pinning him down.
why are you thanking the player?
No, it's the player who said thank you.
Oh, okay, all right, I got ya. But still, Carl, this is the problem for these kinds of Groks. I mean, Grok is strong when you're sticking to the wall, but then again, you need to get a bit of levels just to proceed or just to have the progression in terms of being tanky. But if you actually have that high and dry, then that means you're gonna go for a very violent Grok. Then that means probably a Bloodlust Axe would do, but you're not as tanky as you think sometimes you are.
Oh no, maybe he's taking way too much damage. He gets absolutely pinned down there. Even with the Smart Missile, it's not going to be enough. BDD is going to be the next to fall under the hands of Lusty. Great setups coming all across the board from Bren Esports.
And Carl Teasy here just showing us, if you shut down this Lancelot pick when we first met, this is a new Lancelot special that I'm bringing to you guys right now.
Interesting clash there as now Bren Esports opens up this bottom lane. It's gonna be Kid. Oh, knocked up with the Way of the Dragon here by Lusty, and he's gonna be able to dash out maybe indeed, lacking damage still. I think I know what's going on now with this Ruby DD Grok. He's expecting that it was Bren gonna be taking it slow, but so far Bren have been answering back with 2 or 3 people.
Oh!
I don't do much now. Look at this. Kaltizi gets caught in. Oh, D is dealing a lot of damage. That's already the blazing duet with a few stacks, pushing back Kaltizi and the rest of Bren Esports. So far 8-2, less than 2,000 in the lead is Bren, and we're sitting at 5 minutes waiting for another Lord about a minute away.
I gotta give it to Maybe there. He stopped Carl Teasy getting the Phantom Execution over the wall, and that would have been so huge for Bren if Carl Teasy was able to get that double kill there, but he's gonna do it one more time on top of D. He jumps away.
He's so brave, Cartesi, using the brush to try and pick off that Claude. And as you can see, the intensity right now, ladies and gentlemen, on the stage, they're just screaming their lungs off.
Boy, it's only gonna get more intense from here. Bren getting some good timers here, and now they want to punish Kid. He goes for the brilliance, tries to close the distance, but it ain't gonna be enough when they're gonna get stopped in that tracks with the Phantom Execution of the Toys Poissons to completely cut them off from that reinforcement. Imperial Justice landing and Ruby DD. He's gonna say nope. Probably gonna use his power of nature to kind of walk away here and absorb all of the damage. But at the end of the day, the Way of the Dragon is still back up in the bot tier 1.
And D going for that mid lane turret. They will get it, but they had to put 3 people on it just to get it. I mean, Bren Esports, in terms of turrets, they're equal. Bren Esports is not getting a lot of objectives. It's just that they have more control over the turtle.
Yeah, and they have more turtles in right now. Lusty gonna get blasted out, and I think that's counting ults. That's none on BURMESE GHOULS. So yeah, definitely uptime on Bren Esports now. It's on their side, and the third turtle, 100% take rate. Butters, this is what you were talking about, right? Same turret count, but when it comes to turtles, Kaldizi just always online. I guess this is what you get when you're trying to farm up on so many different heroes.
But BURMESE GHOULS, they do have time on their side. That's one of the things that they have, scaling.
That's true. I mean, how long can you do this for? Because eventually it's going to be the end game mechanic that Bren is looking for, and that is going to... Wait, hold on. What? Something's going on towards the top side. Ooh, D actually surviving with literally 1% of life left. It looks like Bren still putting more gasoline on this fire.
But look at this, onto the middle lane. There is a fight happening.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be popping up even up top, so I guess we'll pick one of them. That's going to be off of Kid, and up top it's Carl Teasy. Maybe he wants to go ahead and flicker out, hide into the bush. That's going to be the Thorn Rose saving
Look at Lusty.
Carl Teasy a little bit. Oh, Lusty's waiting. Lusty's waiting.
Gonna do it again.
Oh, underneath, that's going to be the Thorn Rose one more time. Maybe gets it. Imperial Justice pins down Ruby DD, but he's A-okay. Charging up a clothesline from hell to clear out this way. But there's 4 members. Way of the Dragon by Lusty, and that's going to be one taken out alongside the turret.
Oh my goodness. Literally one of the more beautiful dives I've ever seen coming out of Bren Esports. The perfect juggle of aggro, the turret aggro coming in from Flap Teasy, and as well as Few. Hats off to them. That was so clean.
And you can see here Few just staying there near that orange buff. They're baiting it so that they see Ace. And look at this.
Oh, the orange buff invade has turned into a full-on fight. Feathered airstrike here by Rebo, and now Ace wants to find some prey. Kid getting blasted down. Few gets him, but they trade out. Maybe gets the kill 1-for-1 currently. Nice ejector to save D, and Ruby DD wants to go clear the waves. Flap Teasy maintaining the pressure. That's going to be the disengage. Hold up. No. D wants more. Flap Teasy rolling out.
Okay, Turtle is definitely positioned onto the side of BURMESE GHOULS. They have the key points into the map, and Card doesn't care. He just goes in. Look at this.
Way of the Dragon and the feathered airstrike. Oh, that's 2 down. Automatic for the doctor. He's looking for another patient. Wings by wings up. Lusty going to be knocking up Kid. Where is you going, son? It's going to be a chase, and I think he's going to survive. He's just waiting on the Order of Brilliance. They're going to let go. That's the last turtle of the game. Ruby DD still alive. Keeping him up is the Ancient Blessing. So far, so good. BURMESE GHOULS good at keeping damage control in check. And now at 9 minutes, how long, Gideon? How long until one of their cores, D and Ace, can just come out and pick them up from here?
Look at Few here just picking up those 3 armors, and look at this. they're just casually getting it just because a lot of the items here from side are physical damage. And look at this. Ace going in. He gets the kill. Carl will be the first pickoff, and Bren Sports, they might bow out of their first fight, but Flap still regioning.
I was gonna say that might have been the first plot twist, but Flap surviving. Gideon.
Yeah, Flap surviving, rather interesting. It does show that he has a lot of tankiness built into his kit, which is definitely something notable. However, the Burmese Ghouls, they actually won the fight, which is rather surprising. They managed to catch out Carl Tizzy and shutting him down for some huge gold. But at the end of the day, it's all about that scaling of Burmese Ghouls. If this is the best that they can muster, they're going to have to make it work.
Yeah, at some point, those casual armors are going to be expiring, and now Rebo gets picked off from the back line. Flaptizi running for his life. He's going to roll out, and that's going to be an ejector onto Few, plus the Imperial Justice, keeping him alive, and now D taking his best here, doing his best to deal damage and back out. So far, so good. Another pick off by Burmese Ghouls.
Oh my goodness.
Oh! Well, Mount Chopper keeping them in place. Can Ruby DD come in with a wild charge? It is off of cooldown. They go for the conversion. Wow, Burmese Ghouls back in here, closing the gap now, just under 2,000.
Bren Esports need to be very careful on those brushes. Bren Esports rather. Burmese Ghouls are masters of that ambush strategy that they're doing.
Oh, Flaptizi rolls into 4, but here comes the backup. The cavalry has arrived. Ace knocked out by Few. That's a pickoff. That's for free. I think they're just jockeying for position. Lord down bottom. They want to take as much as they can. Ruby down as well down bottom. It's going to be D. Oh, wow, making quick use. You could have hold your breath there.
Yep, and that's the thing. Their main team fight capability is coming from D. He is making sure that he's literally the strongest person on his team, and even Yi Shin is mainly acting as utility for a large majority. He's got to outplay this. Battle Mirror Image, he gets hit by one. The third energy could go. The Brilliance comes out. Lusty is going to get chunked down, but the Blaze is way too early. Not easy. It's going to get right on top of it with the help of Few. It's going good, but maybe now all by himself. Where is Ace? Ace needs to get here to get his damage down. He gets onto Flaptizi. He secures the kill. It's a 2-for-3 trade-off, but at the end of the day, the Burmese Ghouls, no worries. Nothing that Bren can do to converse, because Carl Tizzy was the one who went down.
But now things are looking great for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Their Claude has items.
Yeah, all the more this becomes interesting. Ace here now picks up his endless battle. We're seeing a very, very small gold cap. Barely 1,000, right? As the minute goes by, let's check out the items here.
Okay, so that's going to be a Blade of Despair and an endless battle for Ace. D has the Wind of Nature, the Queen's Wings, the Demon Hunter Sword, and the Golden Staff.
Wow, I didn't realize how big he was. He literally has a scoreline of 1, 1, and 3. Who would have thought he's already got 9K under his belt?
He does have an Avarice, and he got a lot of lanes on his side.
Oh, another fight occurs, though, and that's Ruby DD getting caught out. Way of the Dragon onto the Grok, but it doesn't last as long given he was next to a wall. All right, so far Burmese Ghouls are getting better at this. Oh, nice ejector onto Few. Few going to be dashing out, and in comes the blazing the way into the back line. Few goes down, Kid gets the kill, and now Flaptizi looking low. He's not going to be saved by the third boy Sans. That's going to be 2 for free. Going to the Burmese Ghouls. Rebo pushing them back. This right here is all that Bren Esports can do. Slowly but surely, we're entering the end game, and Burmese Ghouls, once more, we mentioned earlier, they have the late game in the bag.
Bren who have the late game on the back, but Bren Esports, can they hold on? Now the pressure goes back to their side.
Yeah, I mean, Bren messed up there. They wasted 5 ultimates just to get a Grok, and they didn't even successfully do it. Burmese Ghouls pull the trigger, and that's what they want to do. Waste the ultimates from Bren and get a free fight as they do it again once more. They're trying to bait Bren into something they don't want to take.
Ooh, Carl Tizzy going to use a Cyclone Eye here. Oh no, Ace confirms the Lord take. Nice combo here. Oh, the shutdown immediately on the Carl Tizzy. That's 2 for Burmese Ghouls. That's none for Bren Esports. Do mind you, the Lord has already been taken here, and just like that, Bren Esports came into the fight fresh, but they lost nonetheless. Burmese Ghouls showing us superior positioning and target prioritization.
And this is where Carl Tizzy really just wants to get the kill on D, but D has the Wind of Nature. Now, Feathered Airstrike is going to play a huge role into this defense.
Well, if he's going to push on forward, and inevitably it's going to be okay, but right, they got a big shutdown onto Kid, which is great, but Kid isn't the main target here. Yes,
Yeah.
it is constant sorts of damage and forcing a lot of itemizations from Bren to go into magic resist, but at the end of the day, if they don't take out D, it's going to be a problem. And not to mention, Ace is starting to catch up in that target prioritization of becoming a huge problem. Few tries to go for the Imperial Justice. Is not looking good to here for the rest of the team. It's going into the back line. They're trying to make it work out, but Ace, he's on the run. Yishin is probably going to go down, but Few, he doesn't actually get him. He's able to dash out of the way, the Traceless, and is able to come up in time. And D is absolutely gigantic, taking out two members single-handedly. And you can see that Kaltizi does not want to be a part of that.
And this is Bren Esports. They're playing as individuals right now. Burmese Ghouls. This is the superior team fight, superior macro play that we expected from them since game number 1.
So far, so good here. Bren Esports, until that lore take, it's been their game. But right now, Burmese Ghouls, they put Bren Esports into a position where if you get frustrated, you're going to lose.
And I think that's what Bren is. They are frustrated,
You can see it. You saw how much Few went for the chase, and there was no chance. It was 4 members of Burmese Ghouls there hiding in the bush, even if there were only 3 and the rest were putting down pressure elsewhere. Oh, Bren Esports, they really dropped the ball on this one currently. Down 4 turrets, down a Lord, behind about 7,000 gold.
I mean, honestly, one bad team fight for the side of Burmese Ghouls could easily turn Bren back on top and just, really even things out. But the people who need to keep their heads cool right now is Lusty and Kaltizi. These are the playmakers, the damage dealer and the playmaker. Rebo, he's been playing a very consistent game so far, but the problem is whenever they initiate the fight, they're out of his range of damage. They don't want him to force the wings by wings to get closer, because that puts him in a huge compromisable position.
Yep, and now Burmese Ghouls, they are controlling the buffs here for the side of Bren Esports, and this is what Bren Esports did for the couple of games that they won here in the series. Burmese Ghouls, slowly but surely, just walking up to their base. They're not forcing anything. They're waiting for Bren Esports to be a bit impatient.
Somebody's going to have to make a mistake here. It's either Bren or the Burmese Ghouls. And Bren definitely, after making a couple of those, they've realized, all right, we've made too many. We've kind of lost the lead. We've kind of, put too much slack on this leash. And Burmese Ghouls, they are just waiting for this Lord. In the next 50 seconds or so, if somebody is going to get caught, it's not going to matter too much unless it starts happening right now at the 40-second mark where the death timers, you won't be able to reach the Lord in time after respawn.
Yeah, no kill here is free. No kill is free. All right, Few here picks up
Don't do
the
it.
glowing wand. Now they can confirm more kills. Maybe. I think maybe is the only one who can really afford that, given the pull yourself together. And look at this, a silent war between tanks.
Agreed, but again, you don't want to be the first one who dies. Few, he walks up because he knows, okay, at the end of the day, I can kind of get out. I have mechanics to do that, and it covers a lot of distance. But you can see that Lusty, he is hesitant. He's walking up and he's like, no, I don't want to be the one who goes down because he is so important to the team. That Wave the Dragon is going to be a make it or break it.
Look at this turtle. Look at this Lord, rather.
Yep.
There's the Luminous Lord.
He's up. Kaltizi picks up an immortality. Now the fight is broken down. Flapdaisy, Puissance after the ejector. We're taking it slow because I know that both teams don't want to pull the trigger here willy-nilly. This is going to matter. Whoever gets out of this, whether by a big margin or by a very small trade. Oh, hold up. He gets got by the Imperial Justice. That's going to be the starting punch here from Bren Esports. And they burst down 1. That's going to be Rebo taken out. They're not looking for anything else. A trade? Where do you find it? Few going to be flickering out. They've already split the pie here. And now Flapdaisy destroyed by maybe 2 for none so far. And Few is scared of Ruby DD. This is where Ruby DD wants you.
Few. Forced out of his base, he cannot join the defense. Ruby DD doesn't want to take him down here as much as possible. He just wants to not see him recall back to base.
Oh, that's going to be the immortality pop onto Carl Easy. No, not even a
That's
fan
it?
execution or the Thorn Rose will save you, ladies and gentlemen. Lusty is the last to go, and that's going to be Burmese Ghouls taking game number 4.
Oh my goodness, thank God that this